All right, so number 3, it says use substitution to solve the following equation. So either way, there's going to be quite a bit of work. I'm okay with you using substitution or elimination. So it's not really easier to do substitution here. So I'm going to just defer you to do the easiest method, the method that's going to be the least difficult for you. So in this scenario, I think it's going to be better to go ahead and do elimination. So we're going to solve this system using elimination, and when it's easier, we're going to do substitution. So, and I'll show you the difference, how you can tell which one is better to use, when it's better to use substitution or it's better to use elimination. So I'm going to write down these two equations. We have 7x plus 5y equals negative 18. And then we have 8x plus 8y. And that equals negative 32. Okay, so in order to do elimination, we want to eliminate either x or y. Either one is fine. What we look for is the numbers that I can find a least common multiple of. So I need the numbers in front of x to be the same, or I need the numbers in front of y to be the same. And I also need the sign to be opposite. So I need one of them to be positive, one of them to be negative. So when I add these equations up, something gets eliminated. So right now, I know that 8 times 5 is 40. So I can make both of these numbers equal to 40. And if I multiply one of them by negative, then one of them will be negative, one of them will be positive. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this first equation. Let me see if I can get a different color. It kind of help us keep track of the changes that are happening. I have a blue pen here somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this top equation because I want this to be 40. So I'm going to multiply this top equation by negative 8. I'm picking a negative 8 because I want one of them to come out negative. This equation, I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 5, okay, because I want that to be 40. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to come up with two new equations, and I'm going to write them below. So negative 8 times 7x is going to give us a negative 56x. Negative 8 times 5y is going to give us a negative 40y. And then negative 8 times a negative 18, so that gives us 64. It's going to be positive, so 4, carry your 6, 8, 6 is 14, so 144. So this is my new equation number 1. Okay. My new equation number 2, 5 times 8x is going to give me 40x. 5 times 8y is going to give me 40y. And then 5 times 32 is going to give us 10. Carry a 1, 15, 16. So negative 160. Okay, so this is my new equation number 2. Okay, so once we manipulate the equations by multiplying by a constant to get either x to be the same or y to be the same number, opposite signs, we're going to add these two equations up. So they say the addition method, subtraction method. So when I add them up, notice negative 40, positive 40, they're going to get eliminated. That's why they call it elimination. When I do these, I subtract different signs, so it gives me a negative 16x equals, subtract these, gives me a negative 16. Okay, so at this point now I have just one variable, and I can solve for x. So I'm going to divide by negative 16, and that gives me x equals 1. Okay, once I find one of my values. I found x. I'm going to plug in x to either one of these, and that will allow me to figure out y. So I still got to do substitution. I'm going to substitute in one of these equations for x. Let's just do equation number 2. It doesn't matter. You can do either or both. It should give you the same thing. So I'm going to take the first equation, 8x. Instead of x, I'm going to put a 1. 8 times 1 plus 8y equals negative 32. So 8 times 1 is 8 plus 8y equals negative 32. We're going to subtract 8 to get the y by itself. Bring down the 8y. That equals negative 40. Divide by 8. And that gives us y equals negative 5. Okay, at the end, to completely verify, if you plug in both x and y to the opposite equation and make sure you get 18, that tells you you're surely correct. So a final check would be 7 times 1 plus 5 times a negative 5. Does that equal negative 18? That's what we're asking. So we get 7 plus a negative 25. Does that equal negative 18? And surely it does. 7 and negative 25 will give you negative 18. And that equals negative 18. So you know it checks out. So your ordered pair, or your solution to this system, is going to be the ordered pair 1, negative 5. You got your x value, you got your y value. And this is elimination, and I think it's going to be much easier than substitution here. One solution, 1, negative 5.